Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm from the Book House, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some books that we are going to have on your book fair this week. The first book that I'm going to show you is called Fur and Feathers. This book is a book that is nonfiction. It's a book that is something you can read on your own with your parents, but it has a lot of information about animals and birds and mammals. And one of the pictures I liked the best in here was this one. So animals groom each other. Look at the two monkeys picking each other, grooming on each other. So that's one of the books that we have on your book fair. Another book that boys may enjoy, and some of you girls too, Things That Go. It has everything in here that can go. There are cars, trucks, airplanes, bicycles, motorcycles, and this is another book that you could read on your own, maybe with a little help from an adult. So Things That Go. Another book that you guys may have seen before is a book Fly Guy, but this time he's doing a nonfiction book, which means it is a true story, and it's facts about space. And this book has all sorts of facts about space, and one of the things that I liked the best in this book was the picture of the astronaut in his suit. You can get an up-close look at what an astronaut suit looks like. It has facts about meteors, asteroids, the planets, everything that you'd ever want to know about space. This is a graphic novel. This would be something that you probably need a little help from adults to read, but it is something I know a lot of you guys are interested in. It's Lego Ninjago. This is graphic novel means it looks like this, kind of like a cartoon. It's something that I think a lot of you boys would enjoy looking at and having an adult read to you. It's a little bit trickier words, but I know that it's something a lot of boys enjoy. Splat the Cat is back. This is an easy reader, which means this is for kindergarten first graders to read on your own. Splat the Cat wants to join a band, and he cannot find the right instrument. He does not have an instrument he plays. He cannot find the right instrument. He keeps trying new things, and in the end he finds an instrument to join the band, and he becomes an important part of the band. The next book is a chapter book about Mr. Putter and Tabby, and this is called Dance the Dance. And in this chapter book, which I believe has 3 chapters, something that some of you could read on your own or with an adult, Mr. Putter is going with his friends, Miss Teaberry, to learn how to ballroom dance. And along comes the dog and the cat, Tabby, to learn to dance with them. The next book is an I Am the Reader book by Eve Bunting. It's called Frog and Friends, Frog's Flying Adventure. And Frog is going through his adventures in his life, and first of all he grows a flower and he takes care of the flower. The next adventure he is going on with his friend the seagull, and he goes flying, and he goes up over the top of the farm, and he looks down, and he's very scared, but he's very excited about the view he gets from Seagull's back. The next book is called Pig Has a Plan. This is a fun, simple book. This is a book that most of you could read on your own. And this book has very few words. Cow wants to gab, and all words that you could try and sound out and read on your own. And fun pictures. So this would be a good book for you to try on your own. The next book, Dog Breath, is very funny. This is a dog named Hallie, and he comes from the Tosus family. Halitosis, which if you don't know what that means, halitosis means very bad breath. And halitosis has terrible breath. And they try everything to get rid of halitosis' bad breath, because his parents have said, if you don't get rid of this dog's bad breath, we cannot keep the dog. It's so stinky. So they take him up to look at over the mountains to take his breathtaking views. Hopefully it would take away his bad breath. It doesn't work. And they take him on a roller coaster so it would take away his breath, and it doesn't take away his bad breath. And in the end, halitosis is able to save the family and gets to stay. But I'm going to let you find out how he's able to do that. So I think you'll really enjoy this book. Really fun pictures. The next book is called Duck at the Door. Duck at the Door is about a duck who decides not to fly south during the winter with all the other ducks because he really likes where he lives and he really doesn't want to leave. He decides to stay in the same area and decides once October comes, it's very cold, and he goes hunting for a home to live in. And at first, he becomes kind of annoying to the animals in the family where he's moved into, but eventually they are very sad when Duck has to fly away and leave him. The next book I think a lot of you boys would relate to. This little boy, Dirt Boy, loves to be dirty and he hates to take a bath. And he tells his mother, I am not taking a bath, and he runs away and he runs into the woods and finds a Dirt Man. And Dirt Man and Dirt Boy start to live together, and they live in the woods and they become disgustingly dirty. He has mushrooms growing in his toes, birds nesting in his hair, and his breath is so stinky that he can't even talk over the grit and grime in his mouth. Well, eventually, I'm sure you can guess that eventually he does clean up his act, but you'll have to find out what happens. Dino Trucks is kind of a crazy book. It's a book about what if the dinosaurs were actually trucks a long time ago. This book is a fun spoof, has lots of jokes about dinosaurs in here. And then also at the end it has some trading cards so you can learn about the different dinosaurs and that are just made up in the story, the Dino Trucks. This book is called Chicken, Pig, Cow, Horse Around. This is a book in a series about chicken, pig, and cow. They have a new friend, Horse. Chicken has decided that he's not really sure about Horse and kind of plays a mean trick on Horse. But in the end, he decides that Horse is a great friend and figures out a way to help out his friend Horse. I think you'll like this book, and this is another book that a lot of you could read on your own. There are words in here that are pretty simple, and it's something that you could read with a mom or dad, or maybe even by yourself. The next book is called Pete the Cat, Pete at the Beach. If you're a fan of Pete the Cat and you like his little videos, you'll like this one. This is a I Can Read book. Pete the Cat goes to the beach, and he takes in all the things that you would find at the beach. He's a little afraid of the water, but in the end he does go into the water, and he figures out that it's fun to be in the water and take in that all of the beach has to offer. So this is a #1 reader, so this is one that a lot of you could read on your own. The next book is a nonfiction book. This is a book that I think most of you could look at the pictures and maybe have an adult read with you. It is not necessarily a book that you could read on your own, but it has lots of great interesting facts about volcanoes and earthquakes. And I know a lot of you would like to learn about those things. Great pictures, great facts, and like I said, it's something that you'd have to read with an adult, but I think there's a lot of interesting things in here to learn. So, everything volcanoes and earthquakes. The book is called Katie Woo and Her Big Ideas. This is a chapter book. It's an early chapter book, so it's something that if you're ready for chapter books, to move into chapter books, it is something that you may be able to read one chapter a night, or maybe over a weekend read the whole book. This book is about Katie and some big ideas she has. She learns to cook. She does things for Earth Day. It's nice because it has pictures and it has text in it, so you get a little bit of both, and it's a good way to move into chapter books. So Katie Woo and Her Big Ideas. The next book is a book that may be geared a little bit more towards girls. It's called The Critter Club, and this one is called Marion Takes a Break. There's lots of Critter Club books that will be available, but this book happens to be on your book fair. Marion is one of the writers at the Critter Club, and she has broken her leg, and she is not able to take part in anything, and she feels all the things that she's missing out on. But her friends make her feel welcome and at home, and make it feel not so bad to have a broken leg. So, good story. And finally, we have Stink and the Midnight Zombie Walk. And Stink is doing a readathon at his school. They're trying to read 1,000,000 minutes in his school. And at the end of the 1,000,000 minutes, they're also going to have a book release and a book sale. And he is working with his friend to go to the zombie walk, raise enough money to buy the book that will be at the book sale, and then ultimately be able to get 1,000,000 minutes read with his class at school. So, a fun book A little bit longer chapter book. That might be one that you want to sit down with mom and dad and read at night. It would take a while to read on your own, but it's something that some of the words are simple enough that maybe you can work on that one on your own. All right, that's it.